How you doing? My name is Joseph Charles COLIN, the new face of art, Canvas Gold Bar number 82. Ounce of gold today is $1,882.88. I'm not making that up. So, this is going to be a very long video, and this is going to be named Trump. Now, I don't want... Anyways, we're just going to do the painting, get it done. Let that sink in for a second. It's not what you think. You know what? I'm going to get some extra red on here. So start with that. So some extra red. Then your gold streak there. Did the red, white, and blue kind of thing for the American flag, and did mostly the red bottom to represent Trump's campaign colors, so on. Now, before you get all upset and everything that I'm making a piece of art and it's directed at Trump kind of thing, there's a reason for it. I'm Canadian, not political in any way, I don't really care. It's just I see a lot of stuff on the media, and I see a lot of people saying that there's no way Trump will be president for a second term, all the polls against him, and then you got the one guy that's guessed every year for like 30 years, the different presidents. He's never been wrong. You know what? We're going to go and see his name because I want to get his name right. And to make one of my pieces of art political, I don't want to do that, but there's a bit of history coming up here, and that's what it looks like. See the fingerprint. Oh, come on, don't do this to me now. There we go, there's the fingerprint. There's the gold streak. Can see it there. Kind of see it. So show this side. Do I do the top a little red too? Kind of want this kind of more red, right? So. This more red. See? It's a little bit more red. Oh, here comes the heat. I don't want heat right now. Well, basically, if you hear that roar, it's the house heating system. I opened the vent a little bit more. It's just going to cook me a little bit too much, or, you know, whatever. Science. Now, before you get all upset that this is named Trump, I just put Trump. jump. Oh man, Camp School Bar 82. It's so hard to write inside there. I put Trump. It's Trump. I don't know. Maybe that's an omen. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Trump. So, God, it's hot. The thing is, doesn't last too long. I think you can hear me over that sound. I don't know. I'd have to get a brand new furnace in my house, and this one pushes a little bit more air. That's why you never heard my furnace on old videos. But this is a brand new furnace, so it seems a little loud. Got a bunch of things written down about Trump here. Been following for 6 months now, and first of all, we're gonna go to my old videos of Trump. Try to explain this. Explain it on the old videos. So first of all, these are the videos private on another channel, and I had them all uploaded to another channel where they got thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and then I deleted them a couple days after that when I was getting death threats and everything and so on. And if you look here, this is the timestamp of, I think it was November 9th was the actual, was it November 8th was the day of when he got elected. So these two are before the election in 2016. So I'm just gonna, I haven't seen these in a long time, so I'm just gonna see what it's all about first before I show you.
I am Warpaint Gamer. As you can see from the Warpaint pictures behind here, you can see that this isn't a gimmick, and I've been doing this a long time.
A week before the
so
election.
The paint you see on my face
4 years ago
is not a gimmick for this video. I'm native. I'm from Canada. What do I possibly got to do with the American elections? Absolutely nothing, but I'm North American. I'm a North American native. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the only way you could do it.
I'm gonna go back to this page.
And it represents a billionaire. Represents 21. Too much of a stretch? No, because here's the ticket. Here's the ticket I got back then to prove that I think in my dream, this is the ticket. If you look at Powerball, the 4th winning ticket, you'll see a good clear thing of that, but this is the ticket.
A long story.
I bought back in January. And the reason I got this ticket like this is because I knew in my dream that ticket
for the last 4 years right here
has to add up to 21, because that's going to be Trump's on the phone. So in the future, I believe after you see this video, Trump's gonna win by a margin by under 21% of.
It was close though.
The numbers
not
1, 2,
close
3,
to
4, 5, 6
21%,
all add up to 21. And I think he's going to win. Because my dreams said so. And people were going to be... And you're watching this on a YouTube channel November 7th. And then the day after we'll know if this is all right or not. And if Trump wins by 21%. I'm not on Trump's side. I'm not on Hillary's side. I'm nobody's side. I'm just saying that this is through my dreams. I'm native, and dreams mean everything to a native. And I believe Trump will be next president. And I get a lot of complaints about that. But I'm telling you, this ticket, Powerball, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with the 4th winning Powerball. And that's the ticket. Congratulations, Trump.
Remember, it was November 1st.
That's all I got to say. From a native. From Canada.
Before the election.
Let all the trolls and all the haters come in now because the CEO exists.
And the wrong pause
Thanks
button.
for watching.
So basically, people say, oh, it's a 50-50. Basically just said Trump was going to win. But all the polls that said, at the time, said impossible for Trump to win. Everybody said that no matter what, Trump wasn't going to win.
Watch the noble warrior. Hey, how are you doing?
So here's the second one, Clinton or Trump. This was same day, November 1st. I'm just going to go right into this. I have no clue what I'm getting into.
Hey, how are you doing? This is Warpaint Gamer. Hillary or
So
Clinton?
in a minute and 35.
Did I catch you there? No, it's not Hillary and Clinton. It's Hillary and Trump. I think I got you. Anyway, whatever. I didn't make a mistake there. Anyways, I'm Canadian.
Which
This
I did.
is my view. Clinton. First woman president. First wife of a former president. Make history. A lot of people all over the place in the United States, it seems to me, are out of work. And Trump equals work. So I think maybe he might win just because people want work. It's that simple. Nobody gives a crap about politics. Majority of the people don't give a crap about politics. It's a job and a decent life. And could Clinton bring that? Or somebody that has a lot of experience in business? I'm in no side. I'm just giving you my opinion as a Canadian. And I like you Americans. Thanks for watching Warpaint Gamer. Clinton or Trump?
Pause that because it's the end of that one. So now, I don't know what I was doing there, but anyways, we go back. So now, this is November 8th. This is the day of the election. And remember, I couldn't possibly have known if Trump was going to be the next president. This is time stamped at like 2 in the afternoon. And let's just play this one. How long is this one?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Chuck COLIN. And I'm calling for a Trump
6
win
minutes.
by 21%. If you watched my other video with the Warpaint on,
Watch.
it's pretty simple. I believe
Turn this up a bit.
since a lot of people are out of work, a lot of people in different cities are living in their trailer, living in their van, living in their car, living on the streets, living in campsites all over the place. The debt is so high. I believe not just by that, I believe for many years, and That's why I want to do my painting. That's why I got that lottery ticket, which is right here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Adds up to 21. I got the other ticket.
Trump Casino.
From... if you watch the other video, you understand.
Add 1, 2, 3, 4,
Now,
5, 6.
My quatrain that I've been following for many years.
Actually, I explained it in this video, right? I think I do. Yes. Explain the
my
numbers.
Nostradamus is Century 9, Quatrain 4. The year following being discovered by a flood after Hurricane Sandy, New York was flooded. 2 chiefs elected, the first shall not hold. The media elected 2 chiefs, and they're trying to make look like Clump because she's political and everything, and she's the right candidate.
Clinton.
And I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Trump's gonna take it, and I've always
think
said
about it,
by
it's true.
21%. To fly from shade to one shall be a refuge. Now, Trump is... he was a businessman in the shadows of business kind of thing in my mind. And to one shall be a refuge, and he's going to take...
Now, I regret trying to put Nostradamus into this because I followed Century 9, Quatrain, Century 10, Quatrain 9, or something like that. I can't remember it anyways. Two fly from shades, 2 chiefs elected, their first shall not hold, blah, blah, blah. I tried to fit my ideas into it to try to think of if that was possibly, and 4 years later to realize it was just rubbish, it was just bull, because it more fit me in my art. 2 chiefs, to fly from shade, 2 chiefs elected to the first shall not hold, blah blah blah, is more to me in my life. Not to Trump or anything like that. It's
refuge as president.
in a way,
he's going to be president. That's
I still kind of believe it.
That's
in a way.
Any way you look at it. I think, my own opinion, that house shall be plundered, which shall maintain the first. Now, I believe,
in a way, this kind of
is the political house.
That's right.
It's going to be plundered because Trump's going to get in there, and anything political.
Remember, this was for the election.
Which shall maintain the first, and that's going to be... it's going to be Trump's new house. His basically new business, running the country. And I think a lot of people are going to see through the political stuff in the United States. I'm Canadian. Does it really matter what I say? But I'm saying, this is the quatrain that I've been following for many years, way before Trump, and it all came true this year. And
remember, what is that quatrain again? The year following being discovered by flood, 2 chiefs elected, the first shall not hold. To fly from shade to one shall be a refuge. That house shall be plundered, which shall maintain the first. It means more to me as an artist kind of thing. It has nothing really to do. I tried to put it as a Trump thing, but to me, there's 2 chiefs I've been fighting with myself for a long time to get my art and everything on YouTube and everything, to get it out there. And if you're watching this art channel, then you see that clear as a bell. 2 chiefs elected, the first shall not hold, which is technically right now, as we're talking to you right now, I do not have a job anymore. I quit my job. I'm 100% doing streaming on Twitch soon, a week away, and doing this art and my gaming channel and Second Life channel. So has a lot to do with that, and it means more to me, that Nostradamus thing, because if it comes true and my art the art that you're watching right now, around this video, for the last 200 pieces of art, then it comes true. The Nostradamus quatrain, I think, is about me, is right. Might sound crazy. And the thing is, I don't even believe that. I don't even believe it. I'm just trying to. But if you really watch a lot of Nostradamus stuff, a lot of it has come true. But it's the only quatrains in the whole thing that says 2 chiefs elected. I got the chief here without Warpaint, and here's the chief with the Warpaint. You kind of understand now. But I was trying to put it into my Trump thing, because remember, this is before I really did any art, right? I think the first art ones is after this.
That's why I have that ticket. That's why I have the painting ready to go and everything. Trump,
which it is
going to win by 21%, and if there's trying to be.
Now here's where I'm saying this 4 years ago. I think that means more, and I'm going to explain. I got a whole book full of stuff. I'm going to explain why I think Trump's going to be a landslide, and stick around, because this is before the election in 2 days.
Be any kind of political riggings or anything that's gonna destroy that. Even if they try to win like 10%, even if they try to rig it on the political side, I think the 21% is going to show that.
If you ever see me all through all my videos, always reaching down, it's always pulling my blanket up on my legs. That's what it's about.
Trump's going to be president. And you're going to find that out in hours from now. It's Mountain Time, 2 o'clock. And I haven't watched any CN because there's nothing really. It's not, polls ain't really open. Just early polls here and there, but they don't really show, doesn't really show anything. But I've been following this quatrain, and I think that's what best suits. And part of my dreams and everything all kind of coincide with this quatrain. So, congratulations, Trump. And I guess we'll know within 10 hours. People are out of work. People are losing homes. The financial crisis of the housing market. The debt ceiling in the United States is getting higher and higher, and you have to stop that, or else you're going to have a big economic crash. And everybody knows that's on horizon. And who's going to do that? Who's going to fix that? Trump will fix that. Maybe he's going to make companies that sell stuff in the United States say, listen, if you're going to sell here, it makes sense. If you're going to sell here, you're going to have to build factories here to sell here, or else slap tariffs on everything. I think that's what's going to happen. And believe it or not, United States is an economic engine of the world, and it can't fail. So you need Trump.
Now, remember, this was the day of the election where everybody said there's a chance in hell. There's polls out there said that Hillary Clinton had 90% chance of winning because there's no way an outsider would ever get in. But I was right.
You need them. And I think the world knows that.
And remember, nobody at that time would even thought that Trump would slap tariffs on everything, and that happened.
People can laugh at this, but the fact is, this is before the elections. I'm telling you this. I'm telling you what's going to happen. This is going to happen by 21%. And this is some of my war paint, by the way.
Now there's interesting thing going to happen here, and I always think it's like a omen right here. This white van. I have no clue why I took a picture of this white van. And I have no clue, out of thousands and thousands, I have 400 of these war paints that I've done. And you've seen 200 paintings, but there's 200 more war paints on top of that. And you tell me how this van got in here. I have no clue. And I tried to figure out for a long time what that was about.
That's what oh, the van. That's Trump's van. I don't know. That drives him around. I don't even know why that's there. But I'm telling you.
Yeah, maybe that represents Biden and how he is doing the drive-in thing. And I'll explain that. It's on my sheet here. I'll explain my whole way. I'll explain to you. Just stick around.
I'm telling you.
It's about to end anyways.
21%. Trump's going to win. And that's the quatrain. Century 9, number 4. Thanks for watching.
So that's the end of that one. So now we go back. This is November 9th, the day after. I have no clue here. I literally I haven't watched this, so I have no clue.
Hey, how are you doing? This is Chuck Colin.
8 minutes.
Congratulations, Trump. Now, just a little while ago, I uploaded a video where
I haven't seen this in 4 years.
And it's not there anymore. And about 300 to 400 of you actually watched that video. And some people said, it's impossible that he's going to win like that. He's going to win by 21%. It's impossible because Clinton, all the polls say that Clinton's going to win. And I told you that this is for you Americans, because something big now. This story is not over with Trump or my lottery ticket. Now the lottery ticket is this ticket right here.
Which is still going to happen.
The lottery ticket is the Powerball.
Big thing that happens.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see that? It's going to be on a painting.
It has to get on the news.
Now,
it has to.
I said from day one, since your American biggest lottery, which was $1.5 billion back in Wednesday of January 13, 2016, and I was going to get the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that all added up to 21. The billionaire loser is going to hit 21, and he's going to hit the Powerball, and he's going to win the election. Even on CNN, even when I was watching, they even said, "Oh, with this the Rust Belt here, he basically has to have the Powerball winner," and I saw that. Now my painting will exist. The painting and those 3 videos I uploaded. Oh, by the way.
Now the painting will exist. It is this painting. I thought it'd be more dramatic to do it 4 years later, and this is the painting, and that's why. And remember, we probably got about 40 minutes to go yet, because I'm going to explain why I think Trump is going to win a second term here, and this is the video to prove it. So, since the views are really non-existent on this channel, and if you happen to be watching this channel for the last 4 years or so, and remember, this is the painting I'm talking about here. This video existed before any of these paintings existed. These weren't even, I didn't even have the idea for these at the time. So let's just finish it.
Somebody came onto my channel and says, "Chuck, I noticed when you showed that ticket, it was printed on January 1st, 11th, 2016.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it right there. I think you can see that.
Yeah,
He says you should create another channel and upload that ticket on November 1st. So it's the 1st, 11th month, 2016. Even though this is January the 11th, 2016. I just kind of reversed the numbers. So I listened.
Okay. So Trump had a casino at the time. To refresh your memory. Trump had a casino, and blackjack adds up to 21, and the only way on a Powerball ticket. Remember, this was your first $1 billion lottery. This is the first one where each person got what? They got $528.8 million each. And as what's really strange is all my paintings at the dollar a minute all add up. It's just under that right at this moment in time, which is strange. It all adds up. If you are like $1 per second and stuff like that, or it was the same. Okay, so when all of you were getting your tickets, $100 tickets, hundreds of tickets or whatever to win that, I had some, and I was in Canada, and I had somebody in the States at the time get me this ticket. Actually, I'll show that in a second. So get me this ticket and get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the Powerball 6. You add all those numbers together, you get 21. 1 trillion chance of winning the lottery with those numbers. And then the only Oilers game I ever went at the time was the New York Islanders, and it was a lucky kind of ticket for me because it's at the time, it's a long story, where I said that the first Oilers game I'll ever go to has to have a whole bunch of 7s on it, and then that's where the president's going to come from, and that was Trump. So you look at this, there's 17th of December, 07, Monday, January 7th, 2008, the seat number, actually I'll just read it here. Now here's the strange thing, is the seat number was seat 7. 23/7, Monday, January 7th, 2008 at 7 p.m. 17th of December on the 7th, seat 7. So it was the only game I ever went to, and I said to myself, when I was sitting there, I was looking at this ticket, I said, that's my idea with Trump. This was way before that he was going to be president, and I had to get this ticket to prove. So it might not make sense, but it makes sense to me.
So that video is been uploaded for the last week, proving what I said. When you saw that original video on this channel, it is actually on my other channel for a week now. For a week with hardly no views, and you are the first ones in all of the United States and the world to know that these videos exist, that I called it, and that this painting will exist, and I will bring it to the United States. I will have a little tour of it, and it's going to be on my frame. Now the frame, I didn't explain. The frame is from my job that I worked 17 years on that frame, and I was a screen printer, and when the company closed down that printing department, I got the frame, and I'm a working man. 17 years I worked on that frame, and that frame is gonna have this, and I'm a working man, and the working man in the United States elected Donald Trump, like I said in those videos, which has been up for a week now, since November 1st. All you have to do is go look for it. It'll be linked on the bottom here. I'll have it linked to those, because I think it's going to be big news. This ticket is from you. I'm Canadian and I'm in Alberta here, but this ticket is going to become famous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 21. Blackjack, the winning.
Because this is
the billionaire.
Because this is the fourth winning ticket from that draw, and when I cash my paintings out one day, I will collect my 500 million. Think it's impossible? I think some of you who've been watching this channel for a long time realize that over time, and how many paintings I have, 200, and even at dollar per second, you're looking at even 2 or 3 paintings at dollar per second over 3 years. It's $100 million for just one painting. And you think that's impossible? It's not impossible. Even 200 paintings, and about roughly 50 are owned by people out there right now. I have technically roughly 150 paintings. Even at 2 or 3 years or 4 years, you're looking at 150 million times 3, which technically would be pretty damn close to that $500 million. Technically, I can wait to the end of this 4 years coming up, and then that would kind of add up to the 500 million. Crazy? If you've been watching this channel for a long time, I even think it's crazy, and I own the channel, and that's my art. But here we are, the day after Trump won.
For the presidential election, I've been saying for weeks now. I took down that video because it has to be on its own channel, because all my stuff to do with the painting, when I have the canvas done,
this is a secret channel,
and into my frame over there,
private.
This ticket's going to be mounted on that painting, and I will bring it to the United States. So you, the Americans watching this right now, are the first to know about this. That this ticket, from that, and 3 tickets won. 3 tickets won that Powerball. This is the 4th
you guys can hear it.
winning
Tears
ticket.
going again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 21. Like I said, to prove that Donald Trump was going to win, and I had to prove it somehow. That's what that is.
I'm gonna pause while I take a drink here. I don't want the brand to sue me because
Whether
of Trump.
Don't hate on me
It's a Coke
if
prop,
you're a Trump
not Coca-Cola.
supporter or
It's a
a
Coke
Clinton supporter. It's just
product.
a dream. I'm a native, and it was just a dream, and it came true.
Flavor. Coke
And it came true by, I think it could be over 21%, but I believe it's around 21% that he won. That was impossible. Remember, this was impossible. When I uploaded that first video, people laughed and they said, there's no way, there's no way. And look where we
I'm
are
itchy
now.
today.
Trump won. He won big.
Can I
Clinton,
scratch my head too? Why not?
now, the screen that sat inside my frame, all of the numbers and letters are gone except one. C for Clinton. I kept that screen. All the other ones got melted down. They got shipped to my name's Joseph Charles Call.
You know,
And
worth
I
watching.
kept the C screen, and that's going to
You know why
represent
not?
Clinton. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet.
Since you can't
But
see this
the
one,
painting
anyways.
itself is going to be for
It's on
Trump,
private.
kind of thing. I'm going to have an
Off
auction
private-
somewhere. I
private.
don't know how it's going to work. But there's going to be an auction, and it's going to be somewhere in the States. Maybe in New York. I don't know. It's a little ways off. This ticket, there's a barcode on it, and when the painting's done, whoever buys it,
Oh, it does.
January
Oh, yeah.
13, 2017, all they have to do is scan that barcode.
Printed 1/11th, 2018.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
2016.
6. Add all those numbers together, and it's 21. Trump. I called it. I have 3 videos up done before the election. One today, well, it's the 9th today, but I did one at 2 o'clock saying that the working man's gonna vote you in, Mr. Trump, and it came true. And everybody laughed at me. Everybody laughed. So hopefully nobody will laugh now when the painting comes out, and then they know that this is the 4th billionaire
200 paintings.
Powerball
But
lucky win
one
with 21
about Trump.
Mr. Trump. Congratulations,
It's done.
Mr. President.
Thank
From
God.
a Canadian, a native that called it.
So that's basically it. Now, does that really make sense? Maybe, maybe not. But the fact is, this exists. This exists. All there's to it. And I got death threats from the original. You might look at the view count there. That's just me and showing to other people over the last 4 years, and it added up to that. But trust me, when I got death threats and everything, some of them were in the thousands and thousands. I think this one here, was it this one? I think this one got 20,000 reviews, an original one, and it was before November 8th. Or November 1st. It was, when was that? I think it was in October sometime I put that up, and it was bad, so that's why I took it down. Just put it in pause here. We're gonna go find that original, where is it? That original, or we'll just find a nice war paint. Okay, this is a master folder of all my war paints that go back many, many years. You probably watched it from day one. You saw this one and the last one. Okay, let's see. Let's find a nice war paint to do a backdrop off of. There's something that means something to me. You know, maybe something that's kind of, I don't know. Let's just see. This is like a really old one. This is all the war paints from a long time ago. I've done a lot. This is the one I did a backing of I'm trying to find that original one. This one right here. Actually, let's see what's this in here. Yeah, I backed every war paint I ever did to my face. So this is the one. Actually, let's put it with photos. I don't know. Do I did? Well, anyways, this is the original one I kind of did it from. I used to take pictures with my glasses and everything on, but we'll go to the original photo, which is this one. Just a second. Which is the painting. Now, let's see. Where do we start with Trump? First of all, I think all the polls are 100. I think all the polls are 100% wrong. The reason being is because if you think of it, in 4 years, Trump has been calling all the networks, everything fake news, and I think 4 years, I think it hurt their bottom line because a lot of people bought into that stuff. So I think that a lot of the polls are biased or kind of like against Trump kind of thing. So So I think it's going to be a landslide. I think it's going to be a mountain slide. I think that all the lines, the people voting early, is not for Biden. I think it's for Trump. When you look at Biden in a debate, he sat there and he called uh, Trump a knucklehead. He called him an idiot. He called him names and stuff like that. And to the average person, even though it's a debate, you don't call your president if you're watching this from the United States, not mine. I'm Canadian. I'm just trying to show you a different way to show the real of all this. That you can't trust the stuff you read and stuff. You technically can't even trust this video, right? Because you shouldn't believe in anything of that. So that's number one, is you don't say that to a sitting president and everything, even though you're not a president yet. You just don't do that. And number two is Biden tried 3 times before, and one he quit. He's chase. He had something to do, or I can't remember what it was. Something more important, where there was a justice or something like that coming in. You want to fight that. I can't remember. Now, people say with Trump's people packed into his campaign right now, where you see in the where there's hundreds and hundreds of people packed in. You see in Biden, he's got social distancing circles up and everything, and he's got the parked like the drive-in kind of thing like that for social distancing, and everybody's thinking, I don't believe any of that crap. I think, because I went and searched for Trump. I searched for Trump rallies, people in the parking lot, pictures of people in the parking lot talking at the Trump rallies, people in the Biden rallies. I watched all the last 2 weeks. I watched every single Trump rally and every single Biden rally. First of all, I don't think nobody's showing up for Biden once, and I think he's using social distancing, the circles and everything, and I think it didn't work with the social distancing because they screwed up a couple times and they showed the back row of the social distancing. There was open rows of circles. So I think he realized he had to do something different to show if people are coming to these rallies and people are saying, oh, they just want to be careful, and they said, if people want it change in your United States, remember I'm Canadian, don't really care. Right? People want it change and they really want Biden. You could not keep the people away. They would get in there no matter what. I think he's using an excuse that he goes, oh, I had to, 200 cars could only fit in here, and we have to tell everybody else they can't. I think it's bullshit. I think he realizes that nobody's showing up for these things. Now, the live feeds, I've counted the Fox, all the main feeds that show Biden, and I counted up maybe 20,000 people who's watching at a given time, a lot of those. Trump had 100,000 to more. Now, the people that are coming into the Trump rallies are all packed in there, and they say, oh, these are COVID idiots, kind of idiots that, but a lot of people don't think what I think. And what I did is I went and looked at the pictures. Now listen very carefully. Looked at the pictures of the people in the parking lots talking about Trump and everything in the parking lot they're all high-end vehicles, all $100,000 vehicles, $60,000 vehicles, Trump. People with high-paying jobs, people that are not stupid. People are packing into these things for Trump, knowing what COVID's doing. and risking their lives to back this president because it's a standard living thing. It's an American standard living thing. Nobody, I don't think in the long run, nobody in the United States cares about what the president does as long as their standard of living in the next 4 years doesn't change or gets better. And I think, and listen to that and stay tuned because it gets better. So that's the risking lives, the smart people. Uh, view counts in all channels, cars and circles. Uh, now, that's my big thing on there. Now, you look at I looked at polls outside of the United States. I looked at polls in Canada where you in America, you wouldn't care. I looked at they're asking people in Canada, Norway, Japan, different places in the world saying, what do you think about Trump and what do you think about Biden? I'd say a good 75 to good 80% said Trump because the American people like their way of life. And you got to admit, Trump fulfilled all his promises. So, end of story. He hurt Canadian. I'm Canadian. He hurt us really bad by tariffing all us softwood, tariffing our steel and stuff like that, aluminum, and he hurt Canadian jobs. We lost Canadian jobs and stuff in the long run, but what did he do? He brought all that back to your side of the fence, and your life's improved, right? At the expense of Canadians. But we're hardy people, and we survived. Now, number one big thing I think is I don't want to sound like this is an anti-Semitic kind of thing. I don't want anybody to brand me. This has nothing to do with it. The Jewish embassy, he got put into Jerusalem. I don't even know how to say that right, but if you look in New York City and some other cities where they had big Trump rallies, thousands and thousands of Jewish people coming together and doing big rallies, they did. And you gotta know that there's a lot of companies out there that is powerful, big companies, and a lot of them are owned by the Jewish people. And remember, it's not I'm not trying to say a bad thing or anything. It's just their companies are powerful. And that has to count towards Trump somehow. Has to. That's my big thing. The big thing too is stimulus checks. How many people out there that probably didn't even have a job, probably weren't even looking for a job? How many people on the street just one day, like there's 1,200, I don't know how much you guys got. You got to check. And that has to count to something. That's got to count to, yeah. You know what I mean? So it's that. It all comes down, people. Now the one guy that, let's pause this and go find his name. What's that guy's name that called? Alan Lichtman. He is saying under 13 keys, lot against Trump, blah blah blah, and that's how he says Biden will be president. This is the first year he's going to be 100% wrong. I think I'm right with this because he forgot the 14th key. And the long-term economic thing, recovery, and short-term economic recovery, I think he's got that wrong just because it's a pandemic and everything. I don't think nobody's really thinking about that. Yes, people lost money and lives and stuff like that with the economic thing, but I really think that Trump got got the presidency because he knows business, and I think every American knows that he knows business. And even though people are hurting right now, the economic recovery in the next 4 years, he's going to take care of that, and just like he did when he got into power. And if you say that it didn't get better, it did get better if you really look at it. So that guy's wrong. And the 14th key is the entertainment key. It's not the charisma key, it's the entertainment key, because everybody and the world got entertainment out of it. And I think even if you give one of the economic long term or economic short term, give one of the keys to him, then he's won. Including the entertainment key, which is not even part of the 13 keys. I'd say it's the 14th key. Now, you don't realize what's coming. Okay, let's just not talk about Trump right at this moment in time. The world's going to change with Trump or without Trump. Even if Biden is president, the world's going to change the next couple of years, and it's going to be a dramatic change. Why? SpaceX, OneWeb, and Kuiper Amazing, which is the Kuiper Amazing is the satellite super fast internet, which they're competing directly with Google and SpaceX, which is Elon Musk, and they're competing against Virgin and Airbus, which is OneWeb, which we're talking about super fast. All that is going to be put together for a reason to make the downloads to vehicles that are self-driving to majority of it is probably going to be for commerce. Super fast payment systems. You're talking about cryptocurrency is going to be lightning fast. You're going to have gaming, as me as a gamer, lightning fast. And you got these three, and now you got Google SpaceX already up there with 12 rocket launches with hundreds of satellites. You got OneWeb, which is Virgin and Airbus, which is up there with like 5 satellites, and you got Amazon with Kuiper, which is going to be probably their web services and everything's probably going to be all part of that. So we're talking about in the next 4 years, you're probably not even going to recognize anything, because the super fast internet direct from up there straight down, there's a lot of topography around the world where they can't even get fast internet. And I think a lot of it too in China, North Korea, places where they really, I think a lot of them want to be linked up, even if it's a communist country and blah blah blah. I think they still want it, just they don't want the Western content. But commerce, what we're talking about, stocks and bonds and futures and everything, not bonds, but stocks in general, and the multi-milliseconds. Even if you have a download speed and upload speed of 5 milliseconds to 10 milliseconds versus 79 milliseconds, we're talking about it's going to change the world. And I don't think you don't realize in the next couple of years, a lot of those OneWeb, SpaceX, and Kuiper is all going to be huge, and I think it's going to change your lives. Where you're going to see more like long distance haul trucks running by themselves. You're going to see everything just so different, and that will speed up commerce, jobs on its own, so on, and it will bring the world closer. And I think it's dramatically going to change I really think so. Well, where does that come to Trump? I think for the commerce and all that to work, I think Trump has to be in office. I really think so, and I think I don't want to say it in a bad way, but I really think that the powers that be are going to make sure he's going to be. Another thing with Biden is I really think that I'm Native and I really believe in clean energy. I really believe in, and we need a cleaner world and everything, and we need that now, but I think you can't do it right now. I think you can't kick big oil or energy in general out of the picture. And I think, and since all that, say you're in a company that makes plastic plastic fork knives, and this is made from, well, plastic has a byproduct kind of thing with oil and everything. And I think companies that all make plastic and millions of people, I think that's going to scare, even that's going to scare them away from Biden. They're going to say, you know what, I don't want to lose my standard of living and how I live now. So they're going to vote Trump. And I think the lineups and everything is not to kick Trump out of office. I think a lot of Americans in general realize that, you know, a chance to get another stimulus check if this COVID thing gets worse and worse. You think Biden's going to give you that? I think your Congress or whatever in the United States even shut down the second one, even with Trump in power. But I don't know. But the fact is, he went $6 trillion more dollars in debt, and now EndNote told us. Did I forget anything here? I think Starlink. I think OneWeb, amazing, and Amazon Kuiper, and I think that's all. Like, you guys don't realize. This is like seeing TV for the first time. It's like seeing a cell phone for the first time. I think it's going to be. I think the internet speeds, the instant downloads, the faster downloads. I think it's going to change the world. I really do. I think we're 2 years away from that when SpaceX comes into where we're going to be interlinked with everything. I think it's going to change everything. Did I forget anything? And believe it or not, Trump said he wants to put a woman first on the moon. No, he really said that. So that's basically it, guys. I really think in a couple days from now, Trump's going to be president. If this didn't make sense to you, then remember, I didn't really want to put my art, I didn't want to tie this piece of art in with anything but here's the day. And just remember, I could have did a Trump painting 4 years ago. Could have been the first, second, third one, but I didn't. Here we are, number 182 canvas paintings. This is 82 of the second series. Now, one other time when I called something before its time was the Mayweather-McGregor fight. And the day before the Mayweather fight, I said McGregor was probably going to win. And I was wrong. So next Sunday, if I'm 100% wrong, this will be white. This will be all blue. And this will be 82B. And it will be painted over with all blue if Biden wins. But as I explained to you now, it might seem kind of weird to you, but I think I'm 100% right. And the end, what happens if Biden got into office and then screwed everything up where Americans were back to where they started before 4 years ago, where people are living in trailers, middle class were living in trailers and stuff like that, and there's no jobs, and you know what? You get us of all the BS that's happened in the last 4 years with Trump. You got to ask yourself one question: is your life better right at this moment in time? Is it better, even with COVID and everything? Are you living comfortably? Are you sitting there watching this comfortably? Just got to ask yourself that one question. Time is our friend. Time is our ally. Every Joseph Charles Collins painting is over there. All prices go up forever. Buy time. All art in the world over there. No disrespect to you. He's over there, and mine stands alone. And if you watch this to the very end, thank you so much, because you're the very few in the world watching a video. Probably not more than 100 people by tomorrow night or by election night is going to see this video. So you're watching. Now, if Trump wins in a landslide, you know why. As I explain it to you. It's pretty simple. It's commerce. Because I realize one thing, even living here in Canada, and I'm comfortable. Life is good. Has it anything to do with your president? No. Because my situation in Canada is 100% different than yours, because I'm dealing with Trudeau, I'm dealing with the politics of my Jason Kenney and Alberta, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? In the end, because of I ran my life in the last 4 years. I've quit a job of 22 years. I'm living off a nice little nest egg for a while, doing what I want to do, doing these videos. I could talk to 6 in the morning and still don't have to worry about getting up tomorrow for work, because I work for myself now. It's that simple. And you see the smile? Because I'm very happy I get to do whatever I want to do. Doing my art. And if anybody watches in the future, don't hate on this painting. It's just a piece of art. It may be tied to Trump, but all this videos is just a story. I'm not nobody's side. I'm on my political side on this side of the fence. But I'm giving you, Americans, my 2 cents. I think everybody on that side of the fence, on the Canadian border, in the U.S., to make it clear in the United States, I think you guys are going to be very shocked what's going to happen in the next. I think you're going to be shocked how big Trump is going to win. I see it coming, because if you get all your news from YouTube is just great, Facebook, all those are just great, because you can look in the back channels and stuff and look at, not on the main channels where it's probably all kind of pushed in one direction, if you know what I'm talking about, one direction where political views are all kind of pushed. You can look and look what people are saying, where people are saying nobody will ever see this, and you know what, and you can get your own opinion. And that's what this video is about. This is just my opinion. I'm not on Trump's side. I'm not on Biden's side. As a native, I like Biden because he loves clean energy, and I think to save this world, save this planet, we have to go green. And it's coming from a real treaty status native. That's my treaty card, which says to you that I'm a real treaty status native from Canada. And since my ancestors are here for 14, 15, 16, 18,000 years, I think I have an opinion on any matter on North American soil. 1 hour and 11 minutes.